Orúkọ mi, ọmọ mi.
Ugbajo women are very, very proactive within and outside the community. Wherever they are called, they follow the men, they do things to ensure that our Itsekiri value, cultural value is promoted accordingly. People are very proud of Ugbajo women, the way they are focused, the way they do things, and making everything move adequately for the organization. My advice would be Ugbajo women should continue to promote the Itsekiri value, our cultural value, work hand in hand with our men, and continue to promote what we stand for. Our women should desist from any activities that will bring our tribe or the Itsekiri nation to disrepute.
If we know what Ugbajo Itsekiri UK stands for and what it has evolved into, I think we would appreciate it's one of the most exciting things for Itsekiri at large, both here in the United Kingdom as well as back in Nigeria. Gathering together as a social-cultural group, over the years we've recognized the relevance of giving back to our community, and in the process we've put together this charity arm of the organization. We've embarked on a number of projects and they're still ongoing. I think for me one of the most exciting things is the health and well-being projects that we've been doing over the years, screening people, advising them about their health issues, especially around common ailments that are preventable, and in the process identifying those who have cataracts and supporting them with the procedure financially. One of the other things we've been really focused on is improving access to educational materials as well as good education for our people. So the other aspect of our provision is around reorientating our people so they know the relevance of giving back to our community. The event we're doing this year is deliberately themed to be rejuvenating the social responsibility to our community, and we're hoping that from the numerous activities we have done, people will see the need to give back to the community. We understand some of the barriers, and we're looking forward to putting a program together to change the mindset, reorientate people, so that giving will not be something that is a big effort. The social enterprise and skill acquisition program for me is a new direction for Ugbajo Itsekiri UK. Over the years we spend money, we invite people, funders, and sometimes it can be a real challenge when the key funders are not part of some of our events. Moving forward, we thought about putting together a social enterprise scheme. By this we mean registering a business that is profitable, but the entire profit of that business goes back into the business itself in the form of charitable activities. In the process of registering, we realized that it's not something that is very common in Nigeria. I understand that very few people like Dangote and Danjuma, and there are very few people with such a business approach. For us, we hope that it will allow us to generate income and fund many of the projects that we are thinking about.
CAVI is an acronym for capacity building, entrepreneurship, empowerment, mentorship, and the Head Start scheme. The cabin scheme is a framework specially designed to look into how to empower our youth back home. Now, we know there are a lot of youth empowerment scheme back home, but the reason why this one is unique is because we don't just want to empower people, we want people to have the managerial skill and the entrepreneurial skill to put what they've learned into use and to market what they've learned. Now we want to provide mentors for youth in Nigeria because we've discovered that when you give people money to set up a particular business, they don't really run with the vision. So we want a situation whereby they will have the requisite knowledge, managerial knowledge, to manage every resources they have and also to promote the skill they got in. The rate of unemployment is high in Nigeria. Therefore, it is imperative that we take drastic steps to begin to address issues in our community. If the youth are not empowered, if the youth are unemployed, definitely the rate of crime will increase. Having mineral resources is not enough. It is human resources that gives bearing to mineral resources. Now, it is high time we start establishing agro-allied industry in our community. It is high time we start taking the attention of the youth off the oil and gas sector. Oil and gas is a blessing to us, but we must bring in, we must look into other sectors like IT, fashion design, baking, etc. The earlier we do this, the better for us, because we cannot continue to leave our youth unemployed. It is not the right thing, it is not proper, and the leaders, we are appealing to them to try as much as possible to do something about the youth. Ugbajo Itsekiri cabin scheme will address this issue if properly funded. We need your support to take this to another level.
One phone call that we had, if I can remember very well, was very touching, in the sense that a youth couple that was sent to Gala Primary School was appalled by the building situation and the fact that children were still sitting on the floor with no blackboard. And for him, he wondered, what is it exactly it meant for them? Was that a school? He made an appeal to Ugbajo Itsekiri UK, and some of us were privileged to gain first-hand information from the head mistress, Mrs. Nengite, and found out that these were real. We also traveled and saw that it was appealing. I was there personally, and I was almost at the point of tears, because if I remember how I went to school, it was there was a marked, massive difference from what I saw. And these are the leaders of tomorrow. These are the people that may become governors, House of Representatives, etc. So the issue came to Ugbajo, and amazingly, members felt that it was their responsibility to show to the rest of the world that they could make a difference. The headmistress, Ms. Nengite, also said that various political leaders, community leaders, they visited and they've agreed that the situation wasn't ideal. They've made promises, but over the years, nothing happened. And within 6 weeks, we were able to make 190 chairs and tables, replace all blackboards in the school, and of course, we had to put doors and windows so those materials could be fully secured. On the day of the delivery, the children were meant to be at home on holiday, but the headmistress felt it was necessary for them to come and receive those goods and to say thank you. And it was very touching. Some of them perhaps haven't seen a desk for a long time, and what they saw was really amazing. I think for me, that's the highlight of my activity in Ugbajo this year.
following the project, Ugbajo had donating chairs for the children. We thought it right that every child would benefit from having a a footwear and a uniform for them. So we have decided that the children will benefit from this, put a smile on every child's face. So we have, as Ugbajo, have decided that all child will be footed. So I would appreciate you all to give clothing, give money. We ask for £20, but if you can give more to help, we really, really appreciate it. We are looking forward to doing this to help the children so we can give even more. We appreciate all your gifts and donations. We have the number on the screen for you to the bank account where you can donate this money to. So I would appreciate you all help us as we make this project a success.
As far as Ugbajo Itsekiri is concerned, I think the organization has come a very long way in a very short period of time. I think they're doing very well. I joined this organization a few years ago, maybe about 4 years ago, and I can see a massive difference in the way and approach which things are doing. We now have a very business-like approach, even though we are also still a social, cultural organization. But the direction in which the charity arm of it has taken the organization has really improved, and we have a lot of new members that are coming in now, and they're very enterprising and very determined people to make change. So I do believe the organization is moving in the right direction, and I'm very proud and happy to be part of it.
The haters, how you go, they rise, they go for them.
So the charity is a UK registered charity. Accountability is not a problem, but we have a lot to do. We can do better in terms of communities that we're helping back home. We're trying. We're trying, but we just need to branch out more. We have to go into more communities. We have to let them recognize our presence and feel our presence, and we have to also probably teach them how to help themselves, because sometimes charity work is not just about giving out money or helping. You have to educate people, because sometimes they probably do not realize what they can do for themselves within their little communities. So social media is important. I think direct appeal as well to multinational companies within our communities can be very useful. So I don't see why we shouldn't be able to walk into a big multinational company and say, this is the project we're working on. We need your assistance. We need you to show this community that you care about what they do, and provide us with the funds or provide us with the resources, whichever way you want to help, whether it's personnel, whether it's by donating equipment, whatever you can do to help the community. So we can do better in that sense. I am very passionate about the charity arm of Ugbajo Itsekiri UK. So I think improvements, yes, we'll continue to work towards that, and I think we're going to get there. So, no doubt, we're definitely going to get there.
It is interesting to know that Ugbajo Itsekiri has been in existence since 2004. And like any other organization, it was not particularly easy putting things together. But however, for the enthusiasm, dedication, and the willingness of members to make this happen made it a lot easier. During that time, we did not have a particular place where we hold our meetings. Meetings are usually held between houses, from South London to East London, from East London to North London. But it was fun. We all enjoyed it, because at that time, it was an opportunity for us not only to meet as members, but to also meet our various families as well. Like I said, like any other organization, it's not particularly easy when you're starting a meeting. We had our challenges in the sense that we did not have a proper template to which to work on. But however, like I said, because of the dedication of members, we were able to pull through. And this we did in 2010, when we actually did our launching. The launching was a great success. There were loads of visitors from abroad, Nigeria, chiefs, commissioners. They were all present, and they were excited for what we were able to put together.
The assessment of Ugbajo Itsekiri so far is quite great. And why I say it's great is because I was born here, grew up here, didn't know much about my Itsekiri culture, because when I was growing up, you know, parents were working, really didn't have time to get together culturally. So going back to Nigeria, seeing what my Itsekiri culture was, enlightened me. And I came back with a vengeance, saying I must know where my people gather, because everybody needs to identify. And I certainly know that I'm an Itsekiri woman, come from Koko, and also from Itisen. So, and I learned that through being a member of Ugbajo Itsekiri. So for me, that is a great improvement for anybody that was born in this country who has a Itsekiri background. Equally for my children, because my children need to know where they're coming from, what their inheritance is culturally. Ugbajo Itsekiri did a great thing recently. We did what we call Black History Month. There, in the museum in this country, in the UK, we found out that we have Itsekiri heirlooms that belong to Itsekiri culture, Nana especially. And there were so many fantastic things that we saw that have been kept in that museum. For me, it was a joyous and proud day to know that I celebrated Black History Month in the UK and showed the UK our heritage. I showed my children, and hopefully my children's children will get to embrace all of these things. And this was only done through Ugbajo. The dedication of the people being in the meeting, they support change and capability, because without change and capability, you can't go forward. Ugbajo Itsekiri maintains their cultural heritage, and at the same time, they adapt to the new changes, the new technologies. They're going out, they're searching our history, not keeping it hidden anymore, because it's been hidden for far too long, and now children are being deprived of that. And as you know, they are the children of the future, so they must know where they come from. Everybody has an identity, and the Itsekiris have to maintain their identity as well.
Wow, Ugbajo Itsekiri have come a long way. You know, there is no doubt about how they've been positive impacts to Itsekiris in diaspora and older cultural groups in the UK. We clearly see their impact, how they started as a socio-cultural group and felt the need to do more than just being a socio-cultural group. Hence, you know, came together and decided to put out a charity that would support needs legitimately home and abroad. And clearly, since Ugbajo Itsekiri UK started in that footage, we can see that other people from other cultures have started to emulate what Ugbajo is doing, which seemed to me as a very good thing. And over the years, we've just got better with what we're doing. We just got better. This can be seen from the amount of people who are supporting the cause we are doing, and also the amount of people who are benefiting from the support we're giving. And that is something that is quite good, because we've added more value to our lives. We've learned new things through, you know, coming together to give this support. Clearly, we've had more members as well. I think some people have just sat down and say, I like what these people are doing. Every year after a Gala night, we'll have influx of people joining Ugbajo Itsekiri, which seems to be a very good thing.
Looking back from all we've done and taking them holistically, I would say kudos and thumbs up to Ugbajo Itsekiri as an organization. But everyone would agree with me that there is no organization that is stuck there, that is perfect. So we've done so well, but we've got to do more. And how do we do more? It is by working as one team, one people, people of one language, people of one culture, putting efforts to do things better. Things can better be improved in several ways. We need people and organizations like we did about 3-4 years ago, getting Leica to support our initiatives. Like I did say, and always say, our operation can be referred to as a tripartite system where we take from the people, take from our friends, take from our relatives, telling them to attend the occasion we call the Gala night, and is not seen as, is seen as participating, contributing to the well-being of a people, changing people's lives. And Ugbajo is an engine to that effect. We take from them and give to a people and come back like reporting back, telling them this is what we've done with what you've entrusted us with. And we need more people to give generously. We need more people to look into what we put out there for what Ugbajo stands for. And in that way, they have materials and understand what Ugbajo stands for, and so they can key in and contribute generously to what we are doing. Because what we do is making life better for people.
Ugbajo is a charity that helps with worldwide poverty and puts a smile on everyone's faces. Ugbajo is not just a charity, but it's a family. When my mom brings me to meetings and see some of the children there, I don't think of them as friends, I think of them as brothers and sisters. And when I greet my elders, I always say Dama and Daba as my uncles and aunties and my mothers and fathers. My mom has always told me to believe in my culture, and one day I would love to run Ugbajo UK.
Being in Ugbajo Itsekiri UK, when it's like I've got another family here in United Kingdom. As a social welfare of the organization for the past 4 years, I know it's quite challenging, but with teamwork, I got there.
Yes, we are trying to use the opportunity to provide some guidance to people back in our communities to know that when they hold positions of responsibility, it's not just a question of, yes, I am in position of responsibility. They should know that they owe the people they serve, some obligations. They need to know that we have to do something for posterity. So we use the theme of this year's Gala night to want to preach to them, to try to encourage them to do things that people both now and in the future will be proud of. So we have a guest speaker who is coming to speak to us, and she's going to really look into some of these areas, which will be essentially to encourage our community to become better society.
Thank you, my brother. We deem it necessary as a group of Itsekiri, Ugbajo Itsekiri UK. We realize that sometimes we've not been able to travel home, some of us, and it's necessary for us to put things together. That is our cultural aspect of it. We introduce it into the group, and whenever the Gala night is taking place, we demonstrate the cultural dance, the Omoko dance, Ukewa dance, Tamiro Golo, and many others. We dance Kukwe as well. We dance Alala, and with constant practicing, people are getting better every day. And when we demonstrate it, the people, that is the elders within the UK as well, they are so excited, and every year we get better and better. through practicing.
Ugbajo Itsekiri UK have been in existence before we came to the point of moving it forward into health, having a health day program in Nigeria. And we've done this health day for the past 5 years. This came to existence through the support we saw that people needed in back home. Before then, we used to visit Nigeria for the Oyekuro, but then we didn't have any dreams. But after seeing the needs of people, and because the health day was in existence there, and we needed to support, few of us that are into health, we see it that it is very necessary that we can take what we have learned in London, take it back home to support our people.
Yes, we are here.